this session, we are going to start topic of word problems related to quadratic equations. First topic we are going to discuss is about numbers. Word problems related to numbers. So let's start. Find two consecutive odd positive numbers, sum of whose square is 290. It's given in a very simple way. We need to find the conditions. Which are the conditions? We need to convert into mathematical form. We need to solve it, and then we are going to get the answer. So this is in a word form. We need to write in the mathematical form. First step. So how are we going to do? So let's start. Two consecutive odd positive numbers. There are many adjectives, right? So consecutive. Let's start with the consecutive. What does consecutive mean? Meaning of consecutive. You must have heard this word many times, specifically for word problems only. Consecutive, which comes one after another. Exactly. If I'm taking one, consecutive number is 2, then 3, right? Exactly after. That is consecutive. Then odd numbers we know, which is 1, 3, then 5. Simple. Positive we know, so negative numbers are not accepted. And so two consecutive odd positive numbers. So if I take first number as first number x, what will be the second number? First number is x, what will be the second number? Now let's understand what is the relation between two consecutive odd numbers. See, this is the first odd number, then this is the second one I'm taking, third, right? So 1 and 3, and you can see 3 minus 1, it is 2, and let me subtract this 2 as well. 5 minus 3 is equal to also 2. So if you have one odd number and if you want to get next odd number, you should be doing what? You add plus 2 into it. So you will be getting next odd number. You add plus 2 into it, you will get next to it. Next. You can keep getting the numbers if you keep adding the 2. So if my first odd number is x, what will be my second odd number? Guess it. I have x and I want to get the next odd number, next consecutive odd number, which will be x plus, yes, 2. Reason behind that, to get the next odd number you need to add 2. So let me write second number is x plus 2. Simple. First number is x, second number is x plus 2. Done. Now what is the another condition? Sum of whose square is 290. So there are two things given over here, sum and square. Now it matters a lot. You don't need to do square first or sum first. Think, what are we going to do? Sum of square. So first of all you need to think in reverse way. So first we are going to do square. So let's do square of this one, which is x square. Simple. Now we need to do square of the second number, which is x plus 2 whole square, and it is given. It should be what? Sum. Sum means which operation? Plus. So I will be adding, and if I add them, what is the answer? That is also given, which is 290. Simple. First of all we need to do square of each term, then we need to take sum, and that will give you 290. Very easy, right? Now we need to simplify this. So square of x is x square only, plus square of x plus 2 whole square. How to do it? Remember, in previous session we have done the identities, so we are going to use that concept. So if I use the identity, that will be x square plus 2 into x into 2 plus 2 square is equal to 290 as it is. 290 will be as it is. Simple. So let's write x square plus x square plus 2 into 2, that will give you 4x plus 2 square, which is 4, is equal to 290. So you can see there are many constant, there are two terms with x square. So let's simplify it. Let's bring this 290 over here. So and see, x square and x square, that will give you 2x square, then plus 4x plus 4 minus 290. Can you guess why is it minus 290? Yes, because I am shifting on LHS side. That positive will become negative. So let's write 2x square plus 4x, and if you subtract 290 minus 4, that will give you what? Minus 286 is equal to 0. Now can you observe one thing, that all this coefficient of x squared 2, even coefficient of x which is 4, even constant 286, that is also even. So when you get this kind of situation, try to simplify the equation. What do I mean by the simplification? If I can do cancel in all this term, if something is common in all these three terms, I'm going to divide all terms with 2 because they are even. So let's do it. Here divide by 2, divide by 2, here also, and so do here. If you can do cancellation, obviously we can. That is the purpose of doing division. So here we'll get cancelled, so only x square, then here 2's are, so here 2x, then here minus 143 is equal to 0. Now there are three different ways to get the solution of this quadratic equation: factorization, then quadratic formula, or completing square. You can choose your own method. If factorization is not possible, then we need to do quadratic formula or completing square. I am going to use quadratic formula. For that we need values of a, b and c. So let's start with that. Value of a, coefficient of x square, which is 1, value of b, which is coefficient of x, 2, and value of c, that is minus 143. I told you if it is negative sign, then you need to take. If it is positive, then if you don't write, it is okay. Now what is the quadratic formula? What is the quadratic formula? Which is minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac, and denominator what? 2a. Simple. Now let's substitute the value. So x is equal to minus b minus as it is, and 2 plus or minus, then I'm going to write the square root. So b square means 2 square minus 4 as it is, 1 value of a which is 1, value of c which is minus 143, and denominator which is 2, value of a is 1. Simple, we have substituted the values. Now 2 square minus 4 into 1 into minus 143. Let's simplify. What are you going to get if you simplify? Tell me. So it is minus 2 here plus or minus square root of here 2 square which is 4, and minus minus plus, and if you multiply 4 with this one, what are you going to get? Let's do it. 4 3's are 12, so 2, 1 carry over, 4 4's are 16 plus 1 17, 1 carry over, 4 1's are 4 plus 1 5. So and denominator as it is, which is 2. Now let's simplify further. Square root of 572 plus 4, that will give you 576, and in denominator 2. Now we have issue here, number in the square root. How to deal with this? Either you know the square root of this one, or you remember the square root of numbers till 30, that can help you, or you need to learn how to find the square root. If you want to find the square root of any number, you need to do prime factorization, the way we take LCM, not with the two numbers but with the only one, which is 576, and see are they in a pair or not. Pair means what? 2 2 is a one pair, 3 3 is another pair, 5 5 is the another pair. So you identify how many pairs are there and you write it, so that will give you the answer. I know the square root of this one, which is 24. So x is equal to minus 2, and square root of this one, which is plus or minus 24. and in denominator 2. Now you know what are we going to do? Yes, we are going to take two different cases. First with the positive 24 and second with the negative 24. So let's start. First of all, let's take with the positive. So x is equal to minus 2 plus 24 and denominator 2. So it is minus 2 plus 24, that will give you 22 and denominator 2. Do cancellation and that will give you 11. So what is my first solution? X is equal to 11. Done. Now second case, I will be taking negative x. So let's do that one. X is equal to minus 2 and minus 24 and in denominator 2. So x is equal to minus 26 over 2. So x is equal to minus 13. Now you must be thinking there are two answers. Which of them is correct? Right? Good doubt, and you should have this doubt because there are two answers, and which shall I consider? For that you need to read the question again. It is given find two consecutive odd positive numbers. It's given over here that we need to take the positive numbers only. So we are not going to take x is equal to minus 13. We cannot take it because it is negative number. Our answer is what? X is equal to 11. Now you must be thinking that there should be two numbers. Yes, so we can find it. We know the value of x. First is 11, second is x plus 2. That will be what? Yes, 11 plus 2, 13. So my numbers are x, first of all 11, then x plus 2, which is 11 plus 2, that is 13. So what are those two numbers? 11 and 13. Let's repeat the step one more time. First of all, read the question, what are the conditions, and guess your assumptions based on that. Make the equation based on the condition given into question, simplify it. Then you can choose your own method. If you want to do factorization, if it is possible, go ahead. If it is quadratic formula, very simple. Completing square, you can do that as well. Get your solution. Here in quadratic formula, there will be two cases, one with positive, one with negative. So my two answers are x is equal to 11, x is equal to minus 13. But I will not be taking x is equal to minus 13. The reason behind that is what? It's mentioned into the question that we want odd positive numbers. We want positive numbers. So negative numbers cannot be accepted. So my final answer is x is equal to 11. If you substitute the value for the another number, which is x plus 2, that will give you 11 plus 2, 13. So that was our concept for word problems related to numbers. Let's discuss second question for the numbers. The difference of squares of two numbers is 180. So there are two numbers and we need to do what? Difference means subtraction of what? Squares. And what shall I get? 180. Okay, that's the first condition. Second, the square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. This is the second condition. So you can see that and find the two numbers. Simple. Now you can see here that there are two numbers, smaller number and larger number. Two numbers. So let me take larger number as x and smaller number as y. Simple. So let's start. Smaller number is equal to y and larger number is equal to x. Simple. Done. Now we need to do the square, then difference means subtraction. So we need to do larger square minus smaller square will give you 180. So x square minus y square is equal to 180. Now the problem starts. How to deal with x and y? We don't know how to solve the quadratic equation when there are two different variables. There is x and there is also y. How to deal with this situation we don't know. We only know how to solve the equation if there is only one variable. Two variables we do not know how to deal with, right? So don't worry. Second condition is there to rescue you. So it is given the square of the smaller number. The square of the smaller number. What does it mean? Square of the smaller number. Square of the smaller number. It should be in your mind. Square of the smaller number, which is y square. This is y square. So y square, okay. Is means what? Equal to sign. I am ready. Then 8 times 8 I have written. Times means multiplication. What? 8 times what? The larger number, which is, what is the larger number? X. So what is the value of y square? 8x. I can write in simple form 8x. So what I'm going to write instead of y square? 8x. Clear? Very simple. 8x. So let me write the final equation, which is x square minus 8x, and let me shift this 180 also over here. That will be minus 180 is equal to 0. Simple. X square minus 8x minus 180 is equal to 0. So let me use method of factorization. Let me write the equation over here. X square minus 8x minus 180 is equal to 0. For factorization, we are going to start with the constant, which is 180. Now you must be thinking, factors of 180, there are so many. Always remember, if you remove this 0, it will be only 18. Very easy. Only 18 will be there, right? So first of all, think of factors of 18. Only of 18. We can add 0 afterwards, right? So factors of 18, which is, let's say, 1 into 18, then 2 into 9, then 3 into 6, then what's left? Still there is anything? Okay, still there is anything? And let's say 180 over here. So you can add 0 anywhere else, anywhere, right? And if you talk about factors of 180, there is one more, that is 10 into 18. 10 into 18, one more factor, 10 into 18. Consider 180 as a whole as well. Then subtraction. So if I subtract 180 minus 1, that will give you what? 179. Very big, far from the middle term. Then 20 minus 9, quite closer. 60 minus 3, 57. 18 minus 10, that is 8. So this is our factor, 10 into 18. Now 180 is negative, 8 is also negative, so we need to think of the signs. So let's think of the sign. I should be getting sum as minus, so bigger number will be minus, let's say minus 18. And as it is subtraction, so 10 and 8, I will be taking plus 10. So if I do simplification, I will be getting minus 8 here. And if I multiply them, 10 into minus 18, that will give you minus 180. So I think all conditions are satisfied. What are my two factors? 10 and minus 18. So let's write over here, which is, first term I will be writing without any power, that is x. What is my first factor? 10. What sign will it be? Yes, plus x. Then what's my second factor? Minus 18 is equal to 0. Now you know the next step how to do it. Either I will taking the first term as 0 or second factor as 0. So let's do that one. Let me take x plus 10 as 0. So x plus 10 is equal to 0. Let me shift over here. So x is equal to minus 10. And second factor, which is x minus 18 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 18. Now you must be confused, which answer of x shall I consider? So let's think about that. Very important, very important. Not only we need to get the solution, but we need to get the correct solution for only this question. So value of x is minus 10 and value of x is 18. Now let's use this condition to verify our answer. y square is equal to 8x. So it means that whatever value I multiply with 8, it should be perfect square. Let's do it. And it should be positive. One thing, perfect squares are always positive, never negative. So let me write the condition here. That's what y square is equal to 8x. Clear? Now let's write this condition. So first of all, let me start with this minus 10. So y square is equal to 8 into minus 10. So minus 80. Y square is equal to minus 80. Is it possible? Is it possible that perfect square will be negative? No. So we cannot use this condition. It's complete no. We cannot use this condition. Let's check the second one. X is equal to 18. So here also y square is equal to 8 into 18. That will give you 144. Y square is equal to 144. You know what is the square root of 144? Yes, it is 12. And as we are taking square root, it will be plus or minus. It will be plus or minus 12. Right? So what is the condition here? That x is equal to 18 and y could be plus 12 or minus 12. Remember, there is one value of x, but there are two values of y. So this is our solution for this question. Let's repeat the step one time. First of all, there are two variables here, x and y. Don't worry, there is another condition that will help you to get the answer in correct way and convert into quadratic equation first of all. So x square minus 8x minus 180. Here you can choose any of the method to get the solution, factorization or quadratic formula or completing a square. I use factorization. My factors were 10 and minus 18. Substitute, get the two values, two solutions, then substitute in the condition. Because there are two values, so we don't know which is correct and which is incorrect. For that, you need to substitute into equation and check. Now, when I substitute x is equal to minus 10, I don't get the positive, but I get the negative answer, which is giving me as perfect square is negative. But that is incorrect. All perfect squares are always positive. So, this condition, this value of x, I cannot use it. So, let's try with the second one. X is equal to 18. So if you substitute, you get as a perfect square, which is 144, and you need to take a square root. So that will be plus or minus 2. So x is equal to 18 compulsory, but y can be positive 12 or negative 12. So this was our second case of word problems related to numbers.